Hello, my name is Nostradamus, and in this video I'm going to be examining just how safe or how dangerous the new COVID vaccines are. To try and answer this question, I've been wading through the data from the Office for National Statistics, looking at the total deaths registered from all causes in England and Wales. On the official website, you can see I've just looked at the past couple of weeks of released data. So on the weekend in the 1st of January, we had 10,069 total deaths registered. And it gives you a breakdown of total deaths for each age group. I'm going to compare these data with the following week, the weekend in the 8th of January, where there were 17,751 total deaths recorded. We've also got a demographic breakdown for this week also. Now this week was a much higher figure than the previous week, and I think it's just due to the recording the data because of the Christmas period, and they've caught up with the registrations. I've transferred all the data into my own spreadsheet. These are the actual figures from the Office for National Statistics for each age group, and I've combined them into 10-year groups. This is the 55 to 64 totals, the 65 to 74, the 75 to 84, and the 85 upwards. Now, you would expect the ratio increase from one week to the next to be similar to each other, no matter what the age group is. But you can see we have a spike in the 75 to 84 year age group. Looking at this group as a whole, the average increase in deaths over the previous week was 76.1%. In the 75 to 84 group, it was 80.9%. Now this is the total deaths for all ages, and I've taken out the group where the anomalous spike is. So this is the subtotals for all other ages apart from 75 to 84, and the general increase in total deaths between the 8th and the 1st of January was a 74.4% increase. But like I said, we've got an 80.9% increase in the 75 to 84 age group. So looking at the graph again, showing the spike in deaths of people aged 75 to 84 in the weekend in the 8th of January, you see 75 to 84, we had an 80.88% increase, and this was the average increase over the whole of the population. So the weekend in the 1st of January for this age group, we had 2,913 deaths. So times that by the average, we would have expected 5,081 people to have died in this age group. But the actual number that died was 5,269, weekend in the 8th of January. So we seem to have 188 more deaths in this age group than we would have expected. This is coincidentally the age group that has recently been targeted for the vaccination programme. Now, you may have noticed something funny about this graph, about the low instances of deaths of the 85 plus year olds. And that got me wondering, had something happened to this population in the previous weeks? So once again, I went through the statistical data and I was drawn to the weekend in the 11th of December through to and the weekend in the 18th of December. I applied the same method to this time period, and for all ages above 55, we had a 6.1% increase in deaths weekend in the 18th over weekend in the 11th. So the figures were rather flat because we've got no Christmas period, so the data was collated at a time in a timely manner. But as you can see, we've got a huge spike in the 85 and over age group of 11.1%. So if we take this out of the equation and look at deaths for all ages, take this group out, then the overall increase in deaths for this period was just 2.5%. So what does that mean? So here we are showing the spike in deaths of all people from all causes aged 85 and over, weekend in the 18th of December over the previous week. I've got the red bar showing the average for all ages increase in deaths higher in total than the week before at just 2.5%. But in the 85s and over, there was 11.1% more deaths than the week before. So for that age group, in the weekend in the 11th of December, there were 4,789. Times that by the average of all the other age groups, 2.51%, we would have expected 4,909 85 and overs to have died, unfortunately. But the actual number of the deceased at that age was 5,320, which is 411 more than what we would have expected. This is the weekend in the 18th of December. This is just 10 days after the start of the mass rollout of the vaccines, which began on the 8th of December. They started with Margaret Keenan, aged 91, because they started on the most elderly and the most vulnerable. And now they're moving down the age bands. So we've had a rather large spike in deaths, the over 85s, immediately after the rollout. Now we're seeing a spike in deaths of the 75 to 84-year-olds. So it'll be interesting to see in the coming weeks whether we see a similar spike in the 65 to 74-year-olds, and so on, as more younger and younger people are starting to get the vaccine. I'm not here to put you off getting the jab. I just believe that everybody should be equipped with all the information before they make their own informed choice. Everything I've showed you could, of course, be purely coincidental, but I will be watching out for a spike in the 65 to 74-year-old group in the coming weeks, and I will be back online straight away if it does show up. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone stays safe, and I'll see you again. Goodbye.